Hey, welcome to another episode of the Evolved Dad Shortcast. So, I literally forgot what I was going to talk about. I had this whole grand plan. I was thinking about a concept yesterday, how I'm going to introduce it, how I'm going to walk through it, what we're going to talk about. Totally forgot about that. I have no idea what I was going to talk about. And that's exactly what I want to talk about now. I want to talk about forgetting. So, we live in a time where our lives are crazy busy. There's constantly things being thrown at us, whether we're being productive or not. Pretty much everybody is on a full schedule to whatever extent that is and however that plays out. So much so that many people have shunned traditional ways of doing things, which is a shame because traditional ways are ways that have worked for the longest time and really help people. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about pen and paper. Why is that so important? Well, first of all, if I would have done what I was thinking I should do, which is just write it down, I would have something to talk about specific to what I was thinking. Maybe it'd be an awesome podcast, maybe not. Who knows? But it's gone. The second thing is, this happens all the time. And it's not just something that when I'm recording a podcast, it's not just something when you're going shopping, it's not just when you have to do something at your job. This is constant, this is all the time. Which is why I like to take it back to charts or to taking notes, having a notepad, not too many, because then it becomes overwhelming. You get lost. I have a notepad here, a notepad there, a notepad the other place. I don't know where my notes are. But if I have one notepad that I'm using, let's say for journaling, or I have one notepad that I'm using to write down podcast ideas, I have one notepad where I'm keeping track of my daily activities, then you're creating a solution for success. You're setting yourself up for success. And I was recently reading a book recommended to me called The 12-Week Year. Phenomenal book. Very, very cool. And one of the things that he puts in that book is along the same lines of what I'm talking to you about. That we say, yeah, I got it in my head. I know what I have to do. But there are so many things that we have in our head that all of a sudden we don't remember what that thing is. Or maybe it's going to surface, but it's not going to come out till later. So the main thing, the main gains that I see that pertains both to you and I when it comes to writing things down is our daily activities. Now we're dads, or we're on the journey to becoming a dad. We want to become better, more focused, more present, and just become an overall better dad. Be that dad, whatever that vision of that dad is for you. You've created a outline of where you want to get to. But what's your plan to get there? It's in your head. But is it on paper? And that's what's the importance of having your perfect day plan written down, having your daily schedule written down. And I'm not talking about I'm getting up at this time and I'm eating at this time and I'm doing this at that time. No. Taking the things that you're working on, taking those small little things. Maybe it's, I want to be more patient. And having a checkbox there so that at the end of the day, you can write a check if you are more patient. Maybe having a little bit of a column for notes. I was patient, but I saw that when such and such happened, I need to work on that scenario. Whatever it may be. But having something on paper puts it in front of you all the time. It gives you the ability to hang it up in places where you're going to see it. Something that I personally do is I have my workout and a few personal items that I do on a daily basis on a weekly chart. And this way I could see, where am I up to? It's not to push myself down to say, hey, you didn't get to where you needed to get to. No, it's to assess, where am I up to? I'm a dad. I have a full time job. I'm working as a content creator and a few other things on the side. The day gets busy. But when you have those things on a piece of paper in a place that you're going to remember, that's what really keeps you going. Because instead of going to the end of the week and then remembering, I forgot to do my workouts, now you're going to your bed at night and you have your sheet hung up above your bed or next to your bed. And you see, I didn't get to do my workout yet. Turn back around, go back outside, wherever you're going, and go do your workout. Or whatever it may be. Maybe you decide that you're going to spend 5 minutes with your wife every day. And you have this, I don't know, somewhere where you're going to see it. If you have it hung up when you walk in the door, you'll see that you want to spend 5 minutes with your wife every day. And by the way, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I've discussed that in the past, and we'll keep discussing that. That's actually a great place to start. But keeping up reminders on paper in places that you're going to remember. Now, I'm not saying that you can't get on a computer and build out a schedule for a weekly routine, whatever it may be, or a daily routine. I do that all the time, but don't waste time on that. Don't make it all full of different things with all the logic and the Excel sheets and this. Don't get caught up in that. Keep it simple. And if that means for you taking out a piece of paper and just writing it down and putting that on the wall, that's exactly where you need to start. We live such hectic lives where technology is constantly dragging us in. Every other person is sending us a new link about some crazy thing that's happening in the world. Another group to join, another friend to accept. That doesn't leave us much time for ourselves. So as dads, if we want to grow as much as we can, you got to take everything that you have on your side, every tool that you have that you could bring to use to make it work and use it. And sometimes that tool is not a new app. Most times that tool is not a new app. Take it back to a pen and paper. Keep it simple. The more that we complicate things, the harder of a barrier to entry that we're setting for ourselves. So if you want to get to a specific point, stop setting up barriers. Set up something that's going to help you get to that point that you want to get to. Dumb it down, simplify it. Start with a piece of paper. Put a reminder on that piece of paper of what you want to do. Keep that in a place that you're going to see it every single day. Whether that be by your desk at work, whether that be by your bed, be that when you walk in the house, you see there's a sticky note on the wall, whatever it may be. Help yourself succeed because nobody else is going to be the one that's going to be able to do that for you. You know what works for you. Be honest with yourself. Don't convince yourself that you need another app so that you can then lose 5 pounds. You don't need another app so that you could spend more time with your kids. You don't need another app to work on your relationship. You need to concentrate and focus on what you need. You need to get to the source of what it is that's going to help you change and do it in small increments. And then take a piece of paper as a reminder, write it down, create a schedule, whatever it is that's going to help set you up for success, and just get it done. But don't wait till you're sitting in front of the camera to write down your ideas. Don't wait till you're having problems with your relationship again to start writing things down. Don't wait till you gain 10 more pounds till you start writing your goals down. Start writing them down now. There's no reason to put yourself through more pain. We live in a world where there's endless amounts of pain and suffering. If we want to find that, we want to sit there as a victim, it's there for us. But if you want to take ownership and become a dad, be a better dad, this is the tool that you need. As always, I want to thank you for spending your time with me today. This is Jonathan, the Evolved Dad, signing off.